Okay, in this video I will show you how to integrate this Bootstrap theme uh, into an Angular project. So we'll integrate this HTML theme or template into a Angular application. So let's go ahead and I'll go to this, and here I will create a new folder. Okay, and that will be GTH demo. Okay, once I do this, so the folder is empty. So I'm going to copy the existing project. Okay, and I'm going to paste it in the GTH demo. Okay, wait, I should not copy the node modules folder. So I'm just going to copy all this except this folder. I'm going to copy, and then I'm going to go to GTH demo and I'm going to paste it here. Okay, now I'm going to open my git bash here, and I'm going to do npm install. Okay, so we will see a new folder that will be getting created here once we do that. So I'll upload this code on the GitHub, so you can go ahead and can clone it and then use the code. So once I do this, next what I have to do is I'll open the project in the Visual Studio Code. So I'll open it in the VS editor. So I'll say open folder, and this is my folder here. Okay, so once I do this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to download this HTML theme, Bootstrap theme, and I'm going to copy the folder. So if I go to my downloads, I have already downloaded the theme. I will go to the theme. I'll copy all these three folders and I will place it in the I will go back to Angular L DTH demo, and we have a public directory here. So we'll place all the files in this folder. Okay. So all our asset files will be in this folder. Now, once we do this, now we'll go ahead and open a Visual Studio Code editor. Let me go to the downloads folder. Let me go to this page and let me go to the HTML file. I'll open it in the VS Code editor. Okay, this is the static HTML file. So from the head sections, I'm going to copy this. Okay, I'm going to copy this, and now I'm going into my src folder, index HTML file, and I'm going to replace this text here, also the fav icon, with this. Okay, now let's copy the scripts. So at the end of the file, we can see we have some scripts here. So let's include this. So if I go ahead here and if I put it here, so we have included this. Now let me run let me go ahead and run the project, and let's see what we can see here. ng-serve. So once I do ng-serve, a project should get started. So let's maximize this. Okay, it's building. Now if I go ahead and open my project here, this is my previous project. So this is the layout which was there. So I'm going to log out. Okay, and now if we Now if I go ahead and I'll go ahead and remove the HTML that is there already. So I'll go in my app component.html and I'll just comment this code here. Okay, now we can see there is nothing. Okay, and I'll just put an h1 tag so that you can see that we are in this file. In main component. Okay, so in main component. Okay, we are in this file. So now we'll inspect the element and we go on console, or we can go on network, and if we reload the page, okay, we'll go to CSS and we'll see if our styles are loading. You can see that our styles are being loaded. As we have placed them in the public folder. So public assets, so and what is our main URL here? We have CSS. Okay, so it will go to this public folder and CSS files. Okay, we'll include the header and the footer first. So we'll include the, now if I go to the main file, I will just copy all this code here till the main, and I will place it in the app component. Okay, now once the page is loaded, we can see that data is getting loaded now. Okay, and all our files are integrated. So next what we need to do, let's create components for each of the elements. So this is how our file looks here, and I want to see the image. So assets is coming from assets profile png. Okay, so this works. Okay, now let's create separate components. So we'll see which components we need. So we need a nav component, we need a header component. In section component, we'll place a router outlet, and in footer, we need a footer component as well. Okay, so now what we need to do, let's go ahead and create each of these components. Okay, so I'll create these components now. Okay, I'll create a footer component. Now I'll create a nav component. And I will create a header component. Header component. So now we have three components that are created. Okay, now if I go to the Visual Studio Code, I can see we have a components folder and we have three more folders, that is header, footer and nav. So what I'm going to do is, now I'm going to copy this code. I'm going to nav component, and in nav component.html I'm going to put this code. Once I do that, next what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the code in the header component. So I'll go to the app component.html. Okay, let me put the footer component in it. No, we're going to put the header component. So let's go by order. And if I go to header component.html, we can put this code here. Again, we can go to this component and we can go to footer component here. And we'll place this code in the footer component. Okay, now if I go to the page and if I refresh this, if I save this component, app component.html, you'll be able to see. Okay, we should run the application first. So ng serve, it will build. It will start building application now, and if we reload the page now, we can only see this section here. Okay. Now to include, now we'll include the components in the main component file. So how do we include the components? So if we go ahead here now, so we'll go to the app component.ts file. Okay. And we can import these components here. So if I say import, and if I go ahead and, so I should say nav component, so it will import from this file. Okay. Then we have import, we have header component that is in this file. Next we'll go to footer, import footer component from this file. So, and inside this components we have to place all of these components here. So that will be nav component, then that will be an header component, and we'll have a footer component here. Okay, so we have this all. So there is an yellow line appearing here because we have not used this component. So we have to use this components in app.component.html. So in order to use this, we need to use app, okay, header and app header. Okay, this will give us the header of the file. Now if I refresh the page, you will see this header appears, but our navbar didn't appear because we never used navbar. Okay, so now on top of this we'll include a navbar. So nav, app nav. Okay, so we'll save this, and now you'll be able to see, if you save, once you save this, we should see the navbar appearing. Okay, now we'll include the footer. So footer was just after the main, so I'll put the footer here, app footer, nav footer. So if we see now, if we scroll down, we see the footer is also appearing. So this is how we integrate a normal Bootstrap theme or any HTML template into a Angular project. So in the next video, we'll create routes and see how to navigate between different pages using those routes. So thanks for watching, and please do put your queries in the comment. Thank you.